Hey folks, Jim Dufault here for IO Systems in Indianapolis. In this video, I wanted to take you through the features and the benefits of probably our very best selling product that we manufacture here at IO Systems. It's our IO Systems Temp Stat and Stat. These are products that you should absolutely have at your location, in and around the counter, somewhere perhaps on a pegboard behind you or even a display. So as the name implies, they are temp stats. They're temporary thermostats. And a stat is, is basically a temp stat that's being concealed behind a stainless steel cover. So a little bit about the features and the benefits on this temp stat. These are patented. They are IO Systems patented design. I want to take you through a couple of the neat items about our temp stats. So primarily the first thing you're going to see with our temp stat is obviously it's going to come with either a blue or a red cover. That's because we make these temp stats in either a heating only or a cooling only type configuration. And we do have various temperatures that these are set at, anywhere from, we even go down to a 41 degree. We've got 60, 65, 70. So depending on whatever the temperature is that the contractor is wanting to maintain in the construction site, we've pretty much got you covered. So the first thing you're going to notice with our temp stat is this plastic cover that we put on there. Now, it's not just for branding purposes. So this cover does a couple of things. Number one, it's going to protect the actual temp stat underneath from damage and vibration. But number two, it's going to help, these temp stats are very sensitive. So they pick up temperature swings really quickly. So the idea behind the cap is this is going to help slow down the reaction time of the thermostat. Number one, to prevent short cycling. We don't want to have that happen. So the cap needs to stay on. So if you're talking to a contractor, obviously, and they ask about this, leave the cap on. It's going to protect it, number one, from vibration, damage, or being hit. Number two, it's going to help the reaction time and slow that down of the thermostat ever so slightly so that they're not getting that short cycling that we don't want. Now, I do have a temp stat mounted over here, and I wanted to show you one of the most unique features to our temp stat and stat. It's this small little item right here that we put on. It's called a capacitor. And the reason why we put a capacitor on these is primarily to prevent arcing. So that's what capacitors do. They absorb arc. They prevent arcing from taking place. So on the inside of this stat are two pieces of metal. They're actually bimetal, and they're contactors. And as the temperature changes, those move and go back and forth, with the contact with one another. And that's where that arcing takes place. Arcing creates heat. Heat creates short cycling. So again, a patented design. This is the reason why we do this, to prevent short cycling in the system. Short cycling also will go ahead and bring the life and the longevity of the temp stat down. We don't want that. These temp stats are great because they'll last as long as a regular thermostat. And that's why we make it in what's called a stat option as well. Again, it's a temp stat that we mount behind a stainless steel plate. These are great for if you want to have some type of temperature control in like a gymnasium or a hallway or a specific room where there's just traffic going back and forth. It's going to prevent, it's going to save a lot of money, number one, but it's going to prevent tampering with a normal thermostat, somebody coming in and trying to raise or lower the temperature, the thing getting stolen, damaged. These are concealed behind this plate. They can't get damaged, they can't get stolen, they can't get tampered with. So now we do recommend that you're mounting these primarily and wiring these to your system using low voltage. So for the heating side, you're going to go ahead. Now these are non-polaric wires. So meaning you're not going to need to, well, this one needs to go to the W or this one needs to go to the R. It doesn't matter. So again, non-polaric. So for the heating stat, you're going to basically wire one to the R terminal and one to the W terminal. And then if you're going to be using the cooling option for a compressor, it's going to go to R and then of course the Y terminal as well. Again, low voltage. Now we do make these in an option. So if you do want to use these with line voltage, you can. You'll just need a couple relay or a relay kit, obviously, depending on the line voltage, whether it's 115 or 220. We do have you covered there. So the IO Systems Temp Stat, these are perfect for contractors who want to make sure that, particularly if they are the one paying the heating and cooling bill in the structure that's being worked on or under construction, these are ideal for these type of contractors because it's going to prevent a regular thermostat, again, from being stolen, damaged, tampered with. And again, subcontractors coming in, hey, it's too cool in here, I want it warmer. Turning up the thermostat to 80 degrees to get the drywall to dry, obviously, and then just leaving the HVAC system running. So IO systems, we do sell these, and they do come in a 10-pack. Again, they're ideal to have around the counter in your distribution center, in your wholesale center and location for contractors, that they can just pick them up at that point of sale right at the counter. Highly recommend these. They're a great product. They're patented. We've sold millions of them. And again, the tolerances that we set in these, that's what makes these so incredible, is that they're just, they're just not manufactured and then thrown into a bag and then shipped off to you. We actually test these when they come into our facility. They're tested twice at the factory. We then bring them in when we're adding the capacitor to them, and we test them twice yet again. And believe it or not, about 10 to 20% of them do not pass, and we actually scrap them. So we wanted to make sure that, that these are, when we say it's a 70-degree temp stat, that we're as close to 70 degrees as we can possibly get. If it's a 60-degree, the same thing. We want to make sure that the product that we're providing to you is A1 and top-notch. And again, we've sold millions of them, so they are a favorite for contractors. If you'd like more information about IO systems, the IO Systems Temp Stat and the IO Systems Conceal-A-Stat, you're more than welcome to give us a call anytime at 888-359-0362. And of course, you can reach out to us online as well. We do have a website where you can see all of IO Systems products, and particularly the Conceal-A-Stat and Temp Stats. You can do that at www.iohvacsystems.com. And if you'd like, you're all more than welcome to also request a username and password. That'll allow you to get in, see all the products that we offer, and be able to see your wholesale price as well. So that's pretty much it for the IO Systems Temp Stat and Conceal-A-Stat. I'm Jim Dufault. Thanks for watching.